Good afternoon. My name is Venkat. I am working as a professor of practice with Manipal Law School. This short presentation, I would like to introduce India's first LLM program in construction law and arbitration. So this is a unique program, an interdisciplinary program involving engineering as well as the law, which is mainly focused based on the professionals working in the construction infrastructure industry, right from the procurement, administration, preparation of claims and presentation, also in dispute resolution. In this particular presentation, I would concentrate how this program will be of immense help for practicing lawyers, be it an in-house legal or arbitration practitioners or even litigators who normally appear for the construction law related, infrastructure related cases. We all know that a huge infra push is happening in the country through the Gati Shakti scheme. We are seeing renovation of ports, metro, high-speed rail. NHA is preparing roads across the country, north to south, east to west. Also, we are talking about metros in most of the town. So it's a great time. A lot of money is being pumped in the infrastructure sector. Also, we talk about smart cities, Sagarmala scheme, non-conventional energy sources, nuclear plants, renewable energy, solar plants, you name anything, even the critical infrastructure. So all these projects, infrastructure projects have to be, the contracts have to be created, the financing has to be done, then the multiple contractors will be working from the beginning of the project until the completion. So naturally, there's going to be a lot of opportunities available for the lawyers, both in the contentious as well as the non-contentious work, which I will explain. Now let's talk about the non-contentious work. You may be working with a public sector undertaking or even a government department advising NHA. So it could be anywhere in the procurement chain. You are advising your client before proceeding with the major project. So as far as the statistics says, there is going to be 6.3% of growth in annual growth year on year for the next 4 years, and it is expected the India's infrastructure investment will be in the range of 1.3 trillion US dollars. So that's a huge money, right? Similarly, if you see, not only in India, across the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, there is a huge push on the infrastructure. For example, Saudi is growing at exponential rate now. We have seen a great growth in the Dubai and generally the United Arab Emirates. Then following that, Qatar had a FIFA World Cup. On the base of that, there was huge infrastructure projects were coming in the Qatar. Now it is a time for the Saudi. The Saudi is growing exponentially in terms of infrastructure. Now, when it comes to non-contentious work, as I was telling, this exponential growth of these infrastructure projects requires astute contract management, the best procurement practices, what kind of contract to use, how we are going to finance this project. Also, we need to identify the risk. Of course, a role of a legal professional or a lawyer is mainly to understand how are we going to do the risk identification and mitigation. How are we going to do that? So all these things is going to create a huge opportunity for the legal professionals working in the country. Okay, now when we have these kind of major projects, we are talking about a 1 lakh crore worth of money is going to be pumped in only in the metros in the tier 1 and tier 2 cities in the next 4 years. When we have that kind of a huge mega projects, it is very natural for these projects to have some kind of claims, and some unresolved claims may move to the situation of an arbitration. So by nature, all these construction contracts are potentially having claims and disputes. It's not a secret. We all know that. Even the statistics states 56% of the projects in a survey of around 1,500 projects were delayed. Similarly, when we talk about a cost run, definitely these projects are all most of the time over the budget because the contractors are always coming with innovative ideas. There are changes happened in that. The client did not provide the information on time. So we are all familiar with the delay, disruption, and additional work, scope creep, and all these things. We keep talking about it all the time. So definitely there is a lot of work involved in the contentious work. When we have a situation where there's going to be a lot of projects coming in, whether in the contract formation and administration or post contract completion, either in the claim stage or in the dispute stage, there's going to be a lot of work there. That we understood. Now, are we really ready with the kind of a knowledge to attack or to work on this kind of claims? If you really ask me, I would say no, because India doesn't have a specialized construction law or infrastructure arbitration kind of a program at the academic level. So the lawyers work in the industry, they pick up the learning as the time go. So how do we manage this? Because if at all we have this kind of a major push coming in the industry, the best way is training all the stakeholders. It could be engineers, it could be project managers, it could be quality surveyors, also the lawyers not to be left out. Now, the construction law, when I talk about it, I would say that there is a today we have a better understanding in India about the construction law as compared to the previous time, because previously we didn't have a kind of a construction law as people may not have heard about it. Thanks to the Society of Construction Law, the India chapter, they conduct a lot of conferences across the country, so the familiarization is happening. But if you on the contrast, let's take the common law jurisdiction like UK. There are lots and lots of legal firms, they advertise that they are specialists in the construction law. Here I have just given the various law firms where they advertise they are a specialist in the construction law. Now, as far as the academic learning of the construction law as a distinct specialization, this happened long back in UK. In 1987, the King's College London, they have started the world's first construction law program as a specialized distinct program in the construction field. Following 2 years later, in 1989, in USA, the various American law colleges, they have started a specialized program for the construction law. So that's a 87 and 89. Now, what was happening in 87 in UK and 89 in USA, in 2024, we are bringing that construction law program to India from the Manipal Law School. So this is something, a groundbreaking kind of a time. We all have to be proud that this specialization was available only in UK or USA or even in Melbourne in Australia. For the first time, a curriculum is going to be available in India, which will be discussing about the Indian case laws, Indian problems, but it is going to be taught by the global leaders, not only from the Indian professionals, leading practitioners in the field of legal, contract procurement, or even arbitrators. We are going to be bringing professionals across the globe for you to get this taught. Now, that's what I told you that we are commencing the construction law program from this year. So, as a lawyer, what you would like to know, we want you to have a basic understanding about various construction methods, what is different materials, the interface between the various trades, what is the sequence of works, what are the general risk involved in the construction, the defects, so who will be responsible for all these things going to be taught in a specifically curated curriculum spread over 2 semesters for the lawyers. Also, as I told you, this is an interdisciplinary program. We have opened up this program for a non-legal professionals under the LLM professional route, where the engineers also will be participating in this program. Immediately you will ask that they don't know the contract law, they don't know the tort, they don't know the limitation act, they don't have any kind of a understanding about the legal system. How they will be able to do an LLM professional in a law school? The question is very valid. That's why the construction engineer will be taught the basics of law, especially the law of obligations, contract and tort, principles of evidence, then whatever is required, including RERA, all the regulations, whatever is important for the construction engineer to be aware, to be familiar with the construction law. They are not going to replace the lawyers in the courts, but when you are discussing with them, because the engineers are involved day in, day out in construction contracts, it is very important for them to understand the construction, the legal issues, what is the duty of care, what is the carrier's performance. So these are all the concepts they need to understand. Then only you will be able to have a meaningful discussion as a lawyer when they come to you, when they approach you for a claim or to represent the case in an arbitration or in a litigation. So, as I told, this program is going to be taught by industry professionals from various jurisdictions, like a common law jurisdiction like UK, and civil law jurisdictions like Dubai, because I've practiced in Dubai for many years, so we understand it's in a Sharia compliant civil law jurisdictions based on the French civil code. So there are some nuances definitely you will appreciate. Even any common law lawyer, when they understand the civil law, how the paths are different, but the end goal is same. So when you are learning that, you will definitely appreciate that. And of course, from Malaysia and Singapore and various jurisdictions, we are going to bring the busy practicing professionals to come and teach in this program. So I would sincerely request you to go through the brochure. If you have any questions, you may have a lot of questions about that, about the program, because this is being the first, how it is going to be, how it is going to be benchmarked, what kind of a value addition it is going to be there for your professional career. Fair enough. Please ask questions, satisfy yourself. At the end of the day, if you sincerely believe I can invest 1 year time for this program to upgrade myself in the field of construction law, where there is going to be a lot of opportunities arising, you are welcome to speak to me and you can talk to us. Currently, the admissions are going on. We have only limited seats for the legal as well as the non-legal profession streams. So I would sincerely request you to take your call as soon as possible. Thank you for listening. I wish you good luck. Bye.